All right, day 6. Okay. Today I want to talk a little bit about something I've learned since being on the spiritual path. And when I first got on that path, I kind of tried to repress everything within me that would get triggered or get mad or get offended by people. And that kind of put me in a position where I would allow things to slide and allow people to walk on me a bit, and I didn't respond or didn't stand up for myself because I thought that if they were triggering me or doing something offensive or saying something offensive to me, that they obviously were acting out of their ego and they were unconscious. And if I responded aggressively or forcefully against that, then that would just be me falling prey to my triggers as well, and it would just be my ego being hurt. And I did that for so long, and I think I lost. By doing so, I thought I was doing the right thing, but I ended up, I think, losing a lot of self-respect and self-esteem, kind of unconsciously, by letting that happen. By literally not having boundaries and letting those things slide. And the more I've learned and the longer I've been on the path of spirituality and really examining myself, I've come to realize that the ego is so important and so necessary for living in this world, because 99% of people are not aware, and they will fucking cross boundaries all the time with you. And most people are nice, but there are times when you have to stand up for yourself, and you need an ego that is strong enough and capable enough to set boundaries and to not let that happen. And there's nothing wrong with that, because you have to protect yourself. And letting people walk on you or disrespect you, before I might have thought that who is the you that's being disrespected? The me that's being disrespected is just an illusion. And if I take offense to that, I'm just strengthening this illusory self that I think that I am. But that might be true, the illusory self. I think it probably is true. But also I know now that my soul and that deeper part of me doesn't want to let that happen. It doesn't want me to be walked on by people, and it wants me to be respected and be strong and not let people fucking shit on me. Because people will do that if you let that happen. You have to, by doing that, by standing up for yourself, you're respecting yourself. And if you respect yourself, then others will respect you. You still have to play this human game that we're playing. We're still all animals, and there's conflict, and not everything's gonna be all sunshine and rainbows. There's conflict in nature. Animals fight with one another. Humans fight with one another. They piss each other off. You need an ego that is strong enough to withstand these things. And I think it's learning to have an ego, but also be aware of it not let it control you, but be able to channel the emotions, the human emotions that you experience into the life force and energy that you need to set those boundaries and take care and look after yourself. And you can be aware that you have an ego and it gets offended and it takes things personally, and that's okay. That's part of being a human. And you can use that energy of the anger that you feel, or whatever it might be, the frustration, you can channel that into positive things. And I think that's how you play the game at a higher level. You don't let those things control you, but you use them to your benefit. And so that's big on my mind today, and something that I want to continue to cultivate and feel more of myself, feel more of my ego and my emotions, and use those dark primal energies to fuel myself in life, fuel my motivation, my ability to set boundaries, my ability to navigate and withstand the shit that comes your way throughout life. Holding those two perspectives of having an ego and having that higher self. So that's the topic for today. Let's get the word of the day. If it's going to be boundaries, I'm crazy. All right. Integrity. That's a good one. Integrity. Well, it's kind of what we're talking about, right? It's standing up for your values and what you believe in. And if you have integrity, that means not everyone's going to always agree with you or always like your decisions. And that's okay, and that's good, because that means you're staying true to yourself. If you never have any friction with anyone, it probably means that you're kind of being a bit of a chameleon and maybe betraying your own values and not acting with integrity. So I think integrity is a big part of building your self-esteem. Holding true to what you value, I think is super important, and it makes you feel, it gives you a sense of strength and stability and centeredness within yourself. And that's something I want to get better at too, because I don't like conflict with people. I like harmony and peace in my relationships, and if I'm going to act with integrity, I'm going to run into some conflict sometimes, because not everyone's always going to agree with my decisions. They're going to want me to act a certain way, but the people who really matter will be okay with me sticking up for my values and staying true to myself.